The Holocaust Educators Network is a group of more than 100 educators from across the country who participate in educational programs related to genocide. Last month, 17 of those educators got a fellowship to tour historical sites in Poland and Israel. A Hocking College professor was among those chosen, and she's here to talk about it. Sue Fletcher joins us now in our studio. Thanks for being here.
It's great to be here, thanks.
All right, so let's talk about this trip you got to go on. We always talk about as students, you know, we love field trips, and it sounds like this was almost a field trip for teachers.
Yes and no. It was probably, the way I would describe it, much more than just a field trip opportunity. The 17 teachers, we are all part of a group of satellite leaders, and one of the things that the Memorial Library has done is sponsored us to, they want us to take the message that we've received in our training and also in this experience to other teachers in other communities and in our own community. So I will be leading with a couple of my colleagues who went on the trip with me also a Holocaust seminar here in Athens. I'm very excited about it, June 13th through the 17th.
And that's, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, that's all right.
So this seminar you guys are going to have, is it open to anybody in the community?
Yes, well, actually just teachers. It's geared towards educators, grades 7 all the way through college. We love to have like a mixed group. We'll bring in a Holocaust survivor, Irving Roth, and other speakers, and lots of activities, very experiential. Just trying to take what we've learned and also kind of spread the word and look at teaching strategies and things for other educators in the area.
It sounds really important. Now, as you can see, we had a picture up a minute ago. We'll see if we can maybe bring that back up. But let's talk a little bit about your trip. What exactly were you guys doing on the trip, and what sort of things did you get into?
Well, it was really interesting because we had the huge contrast between Poland and Israel, and it literally was kind of like night and day. On one hand, we were, that picture describes, at the Wailing Wall, which is a very moving experience to, you know, I've heard a lot about it, and we were actually able to be there, and we all went to the wall, and it was just really interesting to be there with others of different faiths, and it was a pretty remarkable experience. But then we were in Poland, which was cold and windy, and we were in Jerusalem, which was sunny and warm, and it was a contrast that just mirrored actually some of the experience that we had while we were in Poland and Israel.
So how are you going to take these experiences and then bring them back to your classroom?
Well, I think many different ways. I teach communication courses. We often talk about issues of tolerance and perception and racism and things like that. And Holocaust education is really a lens through which we can look at other social justice issues. And in large part, that's what the Memorial Library sponsors us to do as teachers, to do that.
So you're a communications instructor. How specifically do you think you'll use your communications background to kind of help talk about the Holocaust and genocide in general?
Well, obviously, in able to lead seminars, to work with other teachers, I think helping people just find words to describe some of the things that we talk about. And again, I think putting it in the lens of other types of social justice. There's so many ways that we can look at what we've learned and see that as a way to communicate to others about messages of tolerance. And every Holocaust survivor that I have met has impressed, I think, upon all of us. And we traveled with one, actually. She was a wonderful woman, and just to hear their stories, and yet most all of them talk about love, about not hating, and about, you know, I think for them to see that genocides are still happening is very hard, and so wanting to do whatever we can together as a community to try to stop, you know, at any level, injustices.
Well, it's definitely an important issue, and obviously I think it's a big thing people can learn from. Sue Fletcher, thanks so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you.